I'm Jesse Lubinsky.
I'm Donnie Piercy.
Hi, I'm Jeffrey Heil, hosts of the Partial Credit Podcast, a part of the Education Podcast Network.
Just like the show you're listening to now.
Shows on the network are individually owned and opinions expressed may not reflect others.
Find other interesting education podcasts at edupodcastnetwork.com.
Thanks for listening to the Tech Tools for Teachers podcast, where each week we talk about a free piece or two of technology that you can use in your classroom. I'm your host, Shannon Martin. I'm a middle school teacher, technology and instructional coach from my district.
And I'm her producer and husband, Fuzz Martin. And Shanna, do you know why whenever we play Scrabble, I like to sit on the game pieces?
You sit on the game pieces?
Yeah, because I like a good play on words. Oh.
That was a pretty good one.
I could use my own spring break, but you just had yours. So.
I did. And it was enjoyable. And nothing really exciting happened, which is the best part about it. Last year we traveled. This year, nobody's spring breaks aligned. So all of us were on our own.
Yeah.
But it was good.
All really by myself.
And glorious.
Yeah.
So yeah, cool.
Cool.
So we're starting into fourth quarter. We're moving through the school year. And today is a little wordplay.
Today is a little wordplay. Wordplay coming at you.
I've been doing pretty good with only having one or two websites this season, and focusing on them. Yeah, well, this time we have 3. But it'll be a quick little episode of fun ways to play with words in the classroom because students need a little pick-me-up sometimes. And I thought these were fun. And they're for all different age groups. So I figured everybody could have a little wordplay today.
Great.
And we should play more Scrabble. It's been a while.
It has. I agree.
I like to play Scrabble. None of these are Scrabble, though. But anywho, episode 147, Wordplay. We have 3 different sites. So let's start today.
Okay.
All right. First site we're going to talk about today. It's really straightforward. It's called Crossword Labs. And it is crosswordlabs.com. Okay. Easy enough. Crossword Labs. There are several of these out there, but this is one I find very useful. You make a crossword. You type in your title. You enter the answer and the space and then the clue and then a one-word clue, and you put that per line. So you type in your little do. Here's my answer. Type in my clue do, and then it'll set it up for you. Create a passcode. Boom. You have a crossword.
Wow.
It is super fast and it's super awesome. So you can go ahead and type in your information, create it, and then share it out. You can either share it like as a URL or an embedded code if you want to, or just print it for your classroom and the kids can have it. You can throw them up on your like whatever type of projector or board you have, and kids can just figure them out digitally on your board and have them work through as groups if you choose to, and just have them number it. So Crossword Labs, super easy, straightforward, will take you less than 5 minutes to crank out a crossword for your classroom. And it's a great way to practice spelling, practice vocabulary for your different units, to go through and practice. I have kids create them for them to help practice like vocabulary we're talking about a unit. And they, as groups, make their own crosswords, and then we just project them because they can share it digitally. We don't even print them. We just share them digitally and have the class figure them out. I'll break apart vocabulary. Like each group has like 5 vocabulary words to figure out, and then they share them with each other. But it's a super fast, free, straightforward, easy way to make crosswords and play around with words and have a little fun with it and not have a bunch of frills or a bunch of extras.
Yeah, I just set one up in the
I was like, did you just make one?
Every answer has to do with a cat. So
nice.
Yeah. Hairy, fuzzy.
Fantastic.
Cat.
So you can add that shareable link and
Yep.
we can drop it into the website and then people can play your crossword.
Oh, okay. I just gave all the answers.
That makes them live. They are public. If you choose to have hidden ones, then it's a members only type thing, or private is a members only thing. But if they're public, they're free to anybody and anybody can search them and see them. So
cool.
Quick way to do vocab, super easy and fun. Crosswordlabs.com. Check it out.
Check it out.
Easy wordplay. Go.
Go.
Okay.
Do it.
Site 2. This one. So Crossword Labs, I would say like upper elementary through high school could use that. Our next site is definitely for early elementary students.
Okay.
And it is from pbskids.org. And we love PBS Kids. Specifically, this will be taken from the show Super Y.
Super Y.
I was just start saying they like fly out of the book. The little superhero ones. They're so cute. Anyway, so Super Y has a game. Princess puts on a spectacular spelling play. So for this one, the easiest way to search this, because otherwise it's a very long URL, and you can just either favorite this one for your students or put it into your Google Classroom. pbskids.org, Super Y, games, and then it's Princess Presto's spectacular spelling play is the whole thing.
Yeah, with hyphens. Yep.
Yeah. So the easiest way, if you just type into Google PBS Kids, search spelling games or Super Y, it'll come up really fast.
Cool.
So what's great about this is you can choose, students can choose upper or lower case letters when they're working, which I think is always helpful with our younger students because some of them are still learning uppercase versus lowercase and being able to identify those letters.
Yep.
Our preschoolers, our kindergartners, and you can choose uppercase, lowercase, and then it opens up a little play screen, and it's great. She walks you through, and you get letters, and it will give you the sounds. So it's practicing phonics skills. And then you have to click on what you think the sound is. And if it's correct, it then goes into the little like flag that they are making for the play. Like the little...
With my spectacular spelling wand, we can make a map appear. Wands up, spell with me. Which letter makes the sound M?
M.
Beautiful.
There you go.
There you go. Yep.
So she walks you through, gives you all the directions, and you can go ahead and play and create all the little letters with her, and she's adorable. And it's a great way to practice spelling for younger students and practice word sounds at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
Those word sounds, spelling, PBS Kids, they have wonderful things. Super Y, we love it for our readers. So here you go. Princess Presto's spectacular spelling play.
Yes.
Wordplay, little kids. Go.
Little kids, pbskids.org.
Okay.
/ a whole bunch of stuff.
Now that we've built a crossword and we've put on a play,
Yes.
the third fun word site is magneticpoetryplayonline.com. Now, if you've ever walked into, I don't know, Barnes & Noble or kind of any bookstore, I feel like they always have those little tins
Yep.
of magnetic words. And you play with them. Like when you're in this, like when you're there and you like make a sentence and then the next person changes it and then someone walks through and does something inappropriate and then somebody fixes it and then they let you build sentences. So magnetic poetry playonline.com is just that. It is the little magnetic words that you would see that come in a box usually, and you just click and drag and you can go ahead and make your sentence or make your poem. So for those of you that do spring poetry, this is a great place to do it. If you want to do a sentence builder, you can also do that. But it's a great way to build, and you just click load more words, and you can go ahead and make all the poetry sentences that you want with these cute little magnetic words. And they really do like magnet over each other, which I think is funny. Like they don't just click into a line. You can just stack them on top of each other like you would in real life.
Yep.
And be annoying with it. So what's cool about it is you can have your kids creating poetry or creating sentences, and then when they're done with their creation, they just click save poem, and it will download their poem to their computer. And then
as like an image?
Yeah.
Cool.
And you can see it looks like it's just like the words all kind of like piled up on your screen.
Yeah.
And then they can share it with you, either email it to you or drop it into Google Classroom, or it downloads. A few, I guess, warnings ahead of time.
Yep.
If you're doing this with students, make sure that you choose a specific set of poetry words.
Okay.
So like I chose magneticpoetryplayonline.com/kids, and these are across the top. So when you're in magnetic poetry, there's original, nature, kids, geek, and happiness. And so choosing the words, the kids one is obviously kid friendly. It's fine for like elementary, middle kids. The word choice is easy to understand and all the words are appropriate. You don't have to worry about anything. If you choose original, just be aware that that's going to have all kinds of words in it. So you might just want to preview because you can load more words. And they're not appropriate, but there might be words in there that you don't want to have elementary students working with when they're building poems and things like that. So that's just something to be aware of, that there are different choices. They have nature, they have kids, like I said. So make choices with what you want your kids' words to be working with. But it's really kind of cool. Then they have little magnetic poetry, play online, and then they can go ahead and create all the poems they want. And just like having those magnets that you buy in a box, but you have them digitally on your computer, which is kind of neat. Download, and then you can always just reset it and just gives you a blank space and you start over and write another poem.
I wrote you a poem.
Did you?
Yeah. You want to hear it?
Goody. I can't wait.
My toy sings dinosaur feet. I swim through that chair. Dinner and dad walk together. There you go.
Wow.
Yeah.
That was very insightful today.
Very deep.
It was. Thank you for sharing.
You're welcome. I'm a poet.
And you didn't even know
it. And neither does the world at this point. Yeah.
So there's our little fun little play on words. So just 3 very easy, straightforward sites to play around with in your classroom, from word puzzles to PBS Kids to magnetic poetry. Go ahead, have some word practice with your kids. Easy ways to build that in. And getting through 4th quarter, a little fun never hurts anyone.
Agreed.
There you go.
Yeah.
Welcome back from spring break. Or some of you might be going on spring break.
Yeah.
Because of how our weeks are so weird this year.
Yeah. Our youngest daughter has the last spring break here.
Correct.
Now.
This upcoming week. So then everyone will have experienced spring break in a different week this year.
Yeah.
Hooray.
Neat.
Yay.
I don't get one.
Tier. You can have one whenever you want one.
Oh, thanks.
So, thanks for tuning in. This has been the Tech Tools for Teachers podcast. If you ever have any questions, you can find me on Twitter at SmartNWI. And if you want to get more information on the links to the technology discussed in this episode, you can visit smartnwi.com. If you'd like to support the show, please consider buying me a coffee or two. Visit buymeacoffee.com/smartnwi or visit smartnwi.com and click on that cute little purple coffee cup. Your donations help keep this show going. New episodes each week. Thanks for listening. Go educate and innovate.
The ideas and opinions expressed on this podcast and the Smart NWI website are those of the author, Shanna Martin, and not of her employer. Prior to using any of the technologies discussed on this podcast, please consult with your employer regulations. This podcast offers no guarantee that these tools will work for you as described, but we sure hope they do.